Hello. Last sip of my coffee before it's too late. I just did the Healed program training, and then I just got off the Zoom with my Diamond Mastermind girls where I get to see their faces. It's so much fun. I love seeing their faces. It's like when you really get to develop a good friendship, you know what I mean? Because you can see each other. Okay, let me share this really quick because that's the new thing I've been doing. By the way, are we loving the title of this live stream? Good stuff. Who's here? Say hi to me. How's everybody doing out there? I'm just going to share this really quick. Okay. Hello, Morgan. Hello, Anne. Hi. How is everybody? Honestly, like, how are you guys doing with this quarantine shiz? Thank God I do what I do, and I get like just the Zoom call I just did with my Diamond girls. Like, felt like hanging out with the girls for a few minutes. It felt really amazing to see everybody. I think I'm going to do more Zoom stuff because it just feels really good right now. And how's everybody doing with the homeschooling shit? Did you love my post this morning? Hey, I've already agreed to be a damn mom. I didn't agree to this homeschooling shit. It is what it is. I don't know. I'm a massive introvert, and actually my ex said that because he's an extrovert. And I saw this meme one time that said, hey, extroverts, how you doing? And I laughed really hard because I am an introvert. But that does not mean that I'm okay with sitting home homeschooling children and not being able to leave, meander, or travel. Like, just this feeling of not being able to travel is a little bit suffocating. It is what it is, right? People can judge that, but that's what it feels like. I'm not going to pretend it feels different. That's how it feels, right? Oh my God, so much good shit coming out lately. And I love the stories that I've been hearing about what's happening with people, like in their homes and in their lives while we go through this, and just the things that they've been, I don't know, that have gotten flushed up, and how transformational this has been for them. I love hearing the updates, and I love hearing the good that's happening, and you know, the stories that I see on the news about like the Italian waterways and the pollution levels, and man, there's some epic stuff going on out there. There's also other stuff that's hard, but there's some amazing stuff going on out there too. So today's topic, this morning I was going back and forth with my team, and you know, we had some other stuff going on, like interviews and downloading the audios for podcasts and audio clips for Instagram and just that kind of stuff, like these fancy kind of things for the company that we're doing. And I had this like clear thing inside of my body that was like, that's as much time as I'm giving to this now, right? Like, you know, I'm filling this thing out for an interview that someone needs, and, you know, getting back to my team on these graphics and audios and vlogs that we're sending out and how we're doing those things, or this thing needs to be updated. And then it was like inside my body, like this clear, like, okay, and you're done giving time for that now, because that's not what you're here to do. You're here to do this work over here. And you know, the Money Mastery course is coming up, and it's Money Mastery Mandy Perry style, which means what other people teach as Money Mastery might be how to invest, or how to be savvy with your money, or, you know, mindset behind making money, or all these kind of things. And the magic that I bring to the table is learning how to make money right now. Like, I'm the girl who was on welfare with no business experience and then went global, made $500K year one. And I've consistently scaled since then. So it was like, there's a magic to that. There's a gift to that. There's something that I bring to the table in that. And I was really going through the process of owning that. And as I've been just really dropping, sorry, the kids are swimming in the pool. They're screaming really loud. It is what it is. So like, as I was tuning into that energy, it was really prevalent to me that the people I talk to, the things that are going on, the thousands of clients that I've had the privilege to be able to have a glimpse inside of their life or contribute in some kind of small way, the massive results that they have on the other side of this work has really brought it really clear to me, which one of the main things is people feeling guilty about making money, or focusing on the money rather, right? It's really not even like they get to the place where they're dealing with the problem of, I feel guilty making a lot of money, because by the time you're making a lot of money, you're not feeling guilty about that anymore, okay? It comes before you make the money, the sense of feeling guilty for focusing on money. Like, I shouldn't want money. Money shouldn't be my focus. Now, I get this because out of all the things I struggled with, that was probably the number one thing. Like, I want to create impact. I want to care about people. And I started to feel like you're just pretending that you care about people, but really you just want the money, Mandy, right? Like, it's just kind of like you want to pretend you care about the people, but you just want to make the money. And like, I went through a lot of struggle and hardship around this kind of topic and this kind of thing. And what I realized was it's not true. Money is a container, right? It's like a container. That's like a housing. Like, it's evidence of how you're showing up and participating. When I'm serving my people, when I'm showing up, when I'm focused on them, when I'm giving myself permission to create freedom on the planet, because it begins with us. You go first. If you want your children and the people you love to feel freedom in their life, to feel the ability to be everything they're called here to be filterless, to be fully loved and accepted for who they actually are. If you want them to like live their dreams and feel well taken care of and provided for and have massive abundance and joy and happiness in their life, you go first. You cannot create that on the planet for any other human being until you allow that to be true and safe and available for you. So just the point that I was driving home today was, we're creating freedom, not money. And everybody's okay with creating freedom. But creating money is creating freedom. But if we call it freedom, everybody's okay with it. But when you call it money, I'm focused on creating freedom in the world. Yes, that feels good. I'm focused on making money. People are like, I don't really know. That doesn't really feel good. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be focused on money. But yet we know what you focus on expands. So what if we just stopped living in this dichotomous world that I'm oh so familiar with? And we stopped living in this world of dichotomy, and actually we started giving ourselves permission to live in a both and world where I want to be an amazing human being. I want to serve the shit out of people. I want to create massive impact on the planet and on the world and the people around me. I want everybody to feel really loved and really seen and heard. And I want to have a powerful message. I want to learn to hone that message. And I also want to make a shit ton of money, because that's the point of a business. Like, can we just laugh for a second at how funny it is that like I run a company, but I feel guilty making money? Like, if you had a CEO that was running your company and their job was to make money for your company, right? Or let's say you had a CFO and they felt guilty about making money or keeping money in the company, which you would fire their ass in 2 seconds. You're fired. But this is what's really happening. So beneath, people are feeling guilty about focusing on money, but it's just another part of you to season. It's like call it whatever you want to call it for you to unlock that and open up the possibility that like, hey, maybe this is way fucking easier than I've been actually admitting that it is. Like, what if this doesn't have to be hard? What if these few basic key things that I learned to consistently do are actually going to rock my entire world and create such massive transformation that I'm blown away by it? And that really the first thing that was stopping me was me actually not believing that it gets to be easy, because I felt too guilty about making it a focus in my life. And I want to live in this dichotomous world where like, if I focus on money, it means I'm a shitty person. If I focus on helping people, then that means I'm a good person. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. Like that's kindergarten, and we're ready to outgrow fucking kindergarten, right? Hi, sister. Hi, Neve. How are you? Well, I hope that works itself out, Miss Ann. Yes. Okay, so do you hear what I'm saying to you? The call is, hey, have I been allowing myself to focus on making money? Have I let that be a priority in my life? Do I actually know what my power moves are to make money in my life? And do I know what's been stopping me from making a shit ton of money in my life? I don't care if you're a chiropractor, if you're a lawyer, if you have a personal product, if you're a thought leader, if you're in the healing industry, like a yoga teacher or a Reiki teacher, if you're the physical product, if you're a coach, if you're, what else? Any kind of entrepreneur, it's always the exact same. And I went through a lot of mistakes and a lot of lessons in order for me to be able to really understand the gravity of what I'm saying right here. And that is giving yourself permission to allow money to be a focus and to work through the bullshit that's making you feel like that's a bad thing. Because money produces opportunity. Opportunity creates all of the good things that happen after that. We all look for a life where we have opportunity. We have more opportunity. Well, what are we looking to give our children? What are we looking to give people in the world? Starving children, from starving children all the way to, the elderly. We're looking for them to have more opportunity, better opportunities for themselves. And in this culture, that's driven by money. So if there's mischief in there with you're giving yourself like, I'm not supposed to focus on money, think of what happens next after that. Do you hear what I'm saying? So then it comes down to, all right, well, if I am going to focus on the money, what's the point and purpose of that? Because if you don't have an underlying rooted, grounded thing into that, then you're not going to give yourself permission to focus on it. If you have a belief that by focusing on the money, you're going to turn into someone that you don't want to turn into, then you're going to avoid focusing on the money. When you avoid focusing on the money will do whatever the fuck it wants, and it's not going to do what you want it to do. That's for damn sure. And what kind of, honestly, if we're being really honest, what kind of a CEO or an owner of a company are you if you really can't give yourself permission to focus on the money? Okay, so now that we can just look at the damn thing and be like, okay, I will give myself permission to focus on the money. Then the next step is like, but I'm scared to acknowledge the money stuff. I'm scared to acknowledge the money stuff that's going on, especially with the current circumstances, current conditions. And this is where we get into some economics and some, greater levels of understanding that I'm super grateful to have. But really it's about just understanding, look, when we contract in our lives, we can't blame the circumstances around us. If we're contracting, we cannot blame the circumstances around us. For some people, the circumstances have dramatically changed their lives. For a lot of people, it has not. It's just a contraction or a distraction, right? And when the circumstances kick our ass, that's the deepest time for us to dig our heels in and to launch to that next level. And when it's not, it's the time to dig our heels in and go to the next level. I know you love me. It's always the time to dig your heels in and go to the motherfucking next level. Oh my God. I don't even know what's going on. I feel a little bit like this quarantine is making me feel like I'm drunk 24/7. But I'm not, I swear. I've only had coffee and water today and some oatmeal and blueberries. That's what I've had today. Okay, so really this was a very simple Facebook Live. It's not profound. It's not anything except for very basic, but will change your motherfucking life if this is a thing going on for you. Can you give yourself permission to let money be a focus? And if you were going to give yourself permission to let money be a focus, why? What will that create opportunities for you to have? Who is it that you want to be able to create this for on the planet? Because when you allow that to be something that's your focus, so you're allowing it to expand. How about, I'm just going to give myself permission to learn how to make money really fast right now. Like how did Mandy Perry make money so fast on the internet? What were the things that she did? How did she think? How did she navigate knowing what to do and then getting herself to do it? I'm going to give myself permission to learn that, right? It could look like that. It also could look like you stop and you actually go look at your finances. I know this is not going to be a very popular Facebook Live because this is not shit people want to talk about. But I'm telling you, maybe you're going to cry for the first few times, but maybe you can call that credit card company and you can ask them to lower your APR. You can ask them to miss a couple payments, or you can call your mortgage company and ask them if you can get 90 days, of missing the payments. Or maybe you can, apply for that loan to get yourself through to the next level. Or maybe you can, pay off that thing that you've been avoiding paying off, or maybe you just need to track your shit, or maybe you just need to stop, if you're anything like me, overpaying a bunch of things you weren't even using. Whatever it is, it's like, okay, this is one of the things we talked about in Healed, right? Like anything that I'm avoiding looking at, that's the thing that's stressing me out. It's not the thing on the other side. It's not the financial circumstance. It's not the what's going to happen in 6 months. It's not that that's not even there. It's not even real, right? It's never the actual circumstance that's stressing us out. It's the procrastination or avoidance of facing the thing that's stressing us out. Right? It's actually not just turning and looking at that thing, that peripheral thing that's on the side of your head. It just turn and look at it and okay, that's what it is. Maybe I'm going to cry. Maybe I'm going to freak out. Maybe I'm going to reach out to Mandy and be like, you made me look at it. Now I'm crying and freaking out. But guess what? That's a feeling that's going to come like a wave and then it's going to pass. It's going to go away and you're still going to be standing there. But now you looked at the goddamn thing. Now that we're looking at the thing, it's like, okay, maybe I know how to handle this and maybe I don't. Maybe you're going to learn, hey, a skill. I want to learn how to make money right now. I don't actually know how to do that. I'm going to hop in Mandy's Money Mastery. Maybe it's, I need to have a conversation and set a boundary with this person that's siphoning from me. I don't know what to say. I don't know the words to use. Drop it in the comments. I'll teach you. Maybe it's, oh, I've been procrastinating. I'm watching everybody else launch this program, launch that, and I just still haven't launched this thing. Like, okay, maybe I'm going to call my ass to that. But whatever it is for you, it's about actually turning your head away from it and looking right at it. Like, look the thing dead in the eye and tell yourself the truth about what's happening. Say the shit out loud. This is the behavior that needs to get cleaned up, or this is the circumstance I'm avoiding, or this is the thing that I feel like I suck at right now, or this is the thing I can't figure out how to get myself to do, or you know what? Yeah, I haven't been allowing myself to focus on the finances. I'm not tracking it. I don't know what my goals are. I don't have a goal. I'm tried to reach my goal so many times and I don't know why I can't get myself to do the things I already need to do. Whatever it is, it's okay. It's really genuinely, honestly okay. It's completely okay. It was always meant to be like this. It was always supposed to be like this. This was always going to be the time that you broke through that. It was always about enjoying the journey and enjoying the process and actually getting ourselves to be like, oh, this is the time, like this is the seasoning that I'm here to go through. What we talked about was like lessons and memories. Is this an amazing memory that you're going to have, or is this a big lesson that you're about to go through? And what if it was just okay? It was okay to be exactly where you're at right now and give yourself permission. Like whatever financially is going on is exactly fucking okay, and everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine no matter what. I know I'm joking about it and I know I'm saying it sort of flippantly, but I'm really not. Like it might sound flippant, but it's not. Like what's the worst thing that can happen? We're all going to become farmers. You know what I mean? Like the worst case scenario is really okay. And maybe that's because of where I came from, but the worst fucking case scenario is fine. It's fine. What do we like? We lose our house, we lose our shit, and then we all become farmers and we learn how to like lay in the sunshine or build huts in the rain. Like what the, like everything is fine. And this is really like, this is actually how I live my life. Like it just doesn't matter. However far back we have to go is totally fine. Like only amazing things will still continue to fucking happen. And none of that should be the reason that you're stopping from following through with the damn thing that you want to do, from giving yourself permission to just like, this is what I want. This is what I desire. Yes, I desire to have shit tons of money. I'm going to allow that to be the focus, and I'm going to look at whatever's stopping me from allowing that to be the focus so that that can be the thing that expands. Because you and I both know you are a motherfucking badass, right? You are such a badass, and whatever you laser lock on, that shit expands. End of story, your whole entire life. When you're like, that's it, this thing has to change, that thing changes, and that's it. That's all there is to it. That doesn't have to mean that we have to wait until circumstances are bad or use something like a global pandemic in order to get ourselves to do it. But I mean, you can use it if you want to. Why not? We can use all things, good things, bad things, ugly things, scary things, crazy things to help us get to where we want to go. They all get to be for us. And so if we allow ourselves to just say, you know what? I want to learn how to make money right now. I want to make the money. Then that will begin the process of you being able to get there. But until you at least admit that, until you can say, I want to make a shit ton of money and I feel like I'm allowed to let that be the focus. Until that step happens, the rest of it can't happen. Some of you may have already done that. You don't feel like this message is for you. Great, then this message ain't for you. But for some of you, you have not actually ever said that out loud. Like, what if the whole world could hear you say, I want to make a shit ton of money and I'm ready to let that be the focus of my life because I understand that making money is creating freedom. And it's creating opportunity for everyone on the planet. And because I want to be someone who participates in creating the kind of world where people get to live in abundance. Not because I'm a shitty human being who only cares about money. Because when I give myself permission to make a shit ton of money, when I give myself permission to believe that it's okay to make a shit ton of money, to let that be a focus, to let that drive me, to have all the things, when I give myself permission for that, I create that on the planet. When I come from a place of guilt and scarcity, I create that on the planet. You think that your fears and your beliefs that you've told yourself over and over and those kind of things don't matter? They matter. Everything you think and everything you say and do fucking matters because you are participating in creating that on the planet. So that bad shit that happened to you, the people that took advantage of you, the hardship that you went through, if that's ruling your life, then that's the thing that's creating what you came here to contribute on the planet. Versus the expansiveness and the wisdom and the abundance and the strength and the opportunity and the power and the freedom that you're called here to create on the planet. Does this make sense to y'all? Tell me. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your feelings. You can say it out loud right here on the chat. I want to make a shit ton of money and I'm ready to let that be a priority. I'm ready to allow myself to focus on money. It's not going to take over your life. It's not going to change you as a human being in any way that you don't want to be changed. The fact that you're worried about that is all the proof that you need that it's not going to change you into that person. Because people who would change into that person want to change into that person, and they're not worried they'll change into that person. I want to make a shit ton of money. And it's okay to let that be my focus. Because when I let that be my focus, what? You answer that. You have to know how to answer these things for yourself, right? Like, when I let money be the focus, when I learn how to make money right now, when I invest and back this up, when I give myself permission to do this, then for me, it's like I'm living to my truest potential. I've created the most powerful arena for other people to do the same. I'm showcasing to my children what it really feels like to live in a state of overflow. I'm willing to do the hard work. I'm willing to work for what I have. I'm willing to be the girl that gets her hands dirty. I'm willing to go through the seasoning to be everything that I'm meant to be. And I get to feel what it feels like. This is another one, I'm just being honest. I get to feel what it feels like to have the world respond to me being in that power. That's an interesting, intriguing thing for me, like how people respond to me in the universe as I become this woman, and each level that I go to, like how life responds to me, how the world, how people respond to me. It's very fascinating to me. Just being honest, that's one of my reasons, right? Hell yes, I needed this. I'm so glad it found you. I want to make a shit ton of money and I'm giving myself permission to focus on it. Doesn't it feel good? Like, can't we sense that we're still really good and we love people and we'll always love people more than money? And none of that is taken away because we said we want to make a shit ton of money and we were letting it be a focus. That doesn't change anything except for it changes the mischief that's been holding you back from making a lot of money so that you can participate in creating a world where other people have permission to do the fucking same. That's like, here's the deal. I was going through this phase where I was really unsure if I wanted to swear on lives, right? Like, should I give myself permission to swear on lives or shouldn't I? And then it was like, not giving myself permission. I always kind of had to like watch myself, like have a like little watcher here, like, don't say that, that's about to come out, like, be careful. Like, it was like a filter that I was trying to impose on myself, which, it would help Facebook algorithms, it would help a whole lot of things online. But when I asked myself an honest question, what's the kind of world I want to participate in creating? Do I believe it's valuable to create the kind of world where people have this sort of filter on their shoulder, holding them back or guiding them on what they're allowed to say and do and like sort of conforming? Because if that's what I believe, then if I believe that's a good way of showing up, then that's what I'm going to do. Or do I believe that really, like, if I'm fully, completely myself, and if I just say all the things like you're my best friend in the whole world, or like you're my sister and you've known me for forever, and there's nothing I could ever say that you judge me for, and I have that freedom to banter back and forth with you, which is our favorite state. It's our favorite way of being able to be. We search the entire universe for other human beings we can be that way with. So if that's true, if that's a really like a pinnacle of human experience, then don't I want to participate in creating that on the planet? Which is why you'll see in like my bio on Facebook or Instagram is the unfiltered success coach, because I truly believe in my soul that that's a powerful thing to create on the planet, to participate in creating the kind of world where you and I literally just get to fully transparently be exactly who we are, think exactly like we think, be exactly how we are, speak exactly how it comes to us to speak, without feeling like somebody else is going to get offended, or this is bad, or I should be better, different, I should think different, I should embody something differently, I should behave differently, I should look differently, I should whatever, something fucking differently. And I don't actually believe that that's a powerful way to show up on the planet. Other people are going to have a different calling. They're not going to feel called to feel completely filterless. That's my calling. That's how I believe. Right? So since I believe that, my way of being, it was easy for me to make the decision to just not filter myself when even though technically that could hurt my business, right? That what matters more to me is just being authentic and raw and unfiltered and just like letting it come through. That's not to say in 10 years I won't look back and be like, oh God, why did you say that? Like, why you could have like not talked about that thing, Mandy, right? Like the sex thing you talked about, or the money thing, or the whatever, right? Like you could have not talked about that. Who knows? I'm not 10 years from now me. I'm me here today. But the reason I chose this was because that's what I believe in, participating on the planet, right? So when it comes to money, when it comes to allowing money to be your focus, to allowing abundance into your life, to allowing, like, I want to learn to be really savvy at making fucking money. Like, I just want to know how to do that. I want to know how to make money like that anytime I want to. I want to know that fucking skill. I want to know, and I want to become and season every single thing that backs it up, because that's a skill that I want to have. It's like a tool that you're putting in your toolbox. It's not a defining thing of your whole human being, which is what we love to do around money. It's hilarious. It's like, okay, here's an example. I remember saying to one of my girlfriends one time when I was really going through, do you guys remember the Chanel bag shenanigans? Right? So like, I was going through this Chanel bag shenanigans where it was like, should I or shouldn't I? Or like, what would it feel like to be a human being who's like carrying around a Chanel bag? Now, remind you, I had been on welfare like 2 years before this. And so I was going through that season, and I really was making a big deal about it. And it wasn't just the Chanel bag. It was like first class flights. It was, you know, having a Chanel bag. It was basically embodying anything in my life that would showcase that I make a lot of money. And I was like, cause I didn't care. Like I remember one time, actually, Jess, I saw you're on here. One time I was at one of our former mentors event, and this girl comes up to me and she's like, I love your bag. It was this black like satchel bag, and it was like this rectangle, and it had like quilted pattern. And she's like, oh, I love your bag. Is that Chanel? And I was like, girl, I got this from Walmart. And she literally gave me a dirty look and walked away. I literally had like tears streaming down my face. I was laughing so hard, and I couldn't even I was like laughing right there when she was there. I just started like dying laughing because of the look on her face, because of how excited she got when she thought it was a Chanel, and then how like horrified. Like, I think she must have been embarrassed that she didn't know the difference. I don't really know. I didn't overthink it back then. I just was laughing hysterically. Wait, what was my point? Why did I tell you that story? Oh yeah. So I was going through this season of the Chanel bag, and while I was going through it, I remember my girlfriend said to me, she's like, you're the one making a big deal about the Chanel bag. You think that the Chanel bag means that much to a wealthy person. And so people who can't have something think that the wealthy person who can have it, right? This is like the thing I learned in the time being. Like, that wealthy person has this Chanel bag, and they must be so superficial and self-absorbed with that Chanel bag. But she was like, it's no different than, you know, than a person with an average income going to Target and picking out a new purse. Like, it's like the level of, if you have 2 million a year coming in and you're paying $6,000 for a purse, it's no different than having 40K coming in and paying $20 for a purse. It's the same thing. They feel about the $6,000 purse the same as the person feels about the $2,000 purse, or the $60 purse, or $20 purse, whatever scenario I just used, $40. I don't remember. They feel the same. It's me that was making a big deal about it. I was making a big deal about it, and I was making a projection on the other person. Like, they must care about that Mercedes so much. They must care about that Chanel bag so much. This must be a big, huge focus for them. And so I really got triggered, and like, that stuff doesn't matter to me. And it doesn't matter to me. Like, I've learned that over time. Like, I don't fucking care. I feel just as fabulous in my Walmart bag that I still use, or the fake Chanel bag that my son bought me, which has the greatest story ever behind it. We went to New York City. We stayed in the city, like a big family of us. That was the night that the fire alarms were going off and Bailey was puking, and it was a hell of a night. We're all squished in one hotel room. So I'm in New York, and Calvin has the balls to go off with this person. I was gonna say Asian person. I don't know if that's socially acceptable. This Asian person. And they go off into like this alley, and I'm like shitting my pants because my son's taking off with this person that like barely speaks English and is going into this back alley. And the guy was like showing him these pictures and these photos. Now Calvin knew it was fake, but he wanted to buy his mom a Chanel bag, and it was my first Chanel bag. And it's actually my favorite bag. It's the white one. I love it, but it's completely fake. So my son went and bought it for me with his own damn money, and I like that bag better than every other bag that I have on the planet. But nobody would know that that's a fake Chanel bag. I don't feel any different when I carry that bag than when I carry the Walmart bag than when I carry the $6,000 bag. It's all the same to me, right? But the big shift that I had was like, holy shit, I'm the one making a big deal about these other people having these things. And I'm making all these assumptions that this person must be superficial. They must care so much about money. They must feel like they need to prove things to other people, because I had no experience of what it felt like for them to purchase an expensive thing and have it be no big deal, right? Like, I didn't have that experience. So how could I was just making shit up to make it make sense in my own head. So one of the things that I've learned is we create stories to try to create balance. So especially if I had no intention on going into this, but like if we see somebody who's doing something that we feel called to do, or they're having a result in their life that we want to have that we don't have yet, or they look a certain way, or they show up a certain way, or they talk a certain way, whatever, right? There's something that they're doing or have that we don't have yet. We will actually instinctively make them wrong because we don't want to feel the tension between where we are and where we know we could be if we showed up XYZ. We don't want to feel that tension. It's so much easier to make that person wrong, or make up a story like they must be superficial, or they must care so much about these things, et cetera, when the truth is, if you actually go to the source and ask them, which I had the balls to do, I actually asked about it. And the response I got was like mind-blowing to me, right? It sounds so basic when we just say it, but when you're in the tension of it, like if you make millions, you must care so much about money. You must be a kind of person that only cares about money. That's a fucked up belief. That's super fucked up. That is just the brain making up shit to make up the difference between where you're at and where you want to be, and making assumptions that make you feel better in the current moment so that you're not feeling the tension about where you're being called to be. That's all that is. It's nothing else. And then we have a whole lot of trainings and beliefs that people have put on us that sort of condone it and back it up and make it seem even more true, but it's not fucking true. It's not true. There's people that are broke that are obsessed with money, and there's people that are wealthy that are obsessed with money and that don't give a shit about people. Yeah, those rare people exist. But most human beings just want to be good and do good and leave a legacy and leave an impact. That's why do you think there's such an outpouring of coaches and thought leaders and healers right now? Because people just want to do good. We want to provide good. We want to do a good job. We want to make a difference. We want people to like us. We want to have the power to change lives. Like, this is just what we want. We want to contribute. We're driven by contribution on the planet. Most people are like that, including all of the people that you're looking up to that trigger the shit out of you. I've only ran into, honestly, one human being in this entire industry who I think is kind of a sneaky piece of shit. One. All the rest of them are like the most incredible human beings that I've ever gotten to know. And that one human being, like, who knows what's behind that, right? Addictions and stuff just got transferred onto money. I don't really know. I'm not here to be a psychologist or psychiatrist, even though I think I'd make a pretty damn good one. I do. Yes, I know. Isn't the bag story so cute? It's the white one. I'm sure I've had it in something, but yeah, completely fake. And I love that bag. So sweet. Okay, so let's circle this back so I make sure that I have a point, even though I don't really feel like I have to have a point. It's kind of just nice to be here with you guys while I'm in isolation. I kind of think for the Money Mastery, I might do Zoom calls where we're all together and get to see each other. Oh, I should tell you about Money Mastery. MandyPerry.com/Money Mastery. Let me put that below. Okay, so the whole deal with Money Mastery, it's not like other programs. It's really not. Oops. Mandy Perry. I don't know if my team's on or not. So I'll just drop this below. One of my keys is sticking and it's driving me bonkers. /Money Mastery. Okay, I got it in. I just typed like, okay. So here's the deal with Money Mastery. It's different than what you think, okay? It's actually it's literally 2 steps. And, you know, if you don't join us, this is going to serve you anyway. So just keep listening, okay? Even though, yes, I'm telling you about Money Mastery. So Money Mastery is 2 steps. One, it's what do I do to make money now? Most people aren't even like, it's like the most simple shit in the world. You guys know I'm the queen of simple. Like, I was a single mom with 2 kids. I was married for some of the time, obviously. And then I was working as a nanny full-time. I was going to school. I was working as a nanny part-time, going to school full-time, taking care of my kids, taking them to all their after-school programs while I was taking a full schedule of school. And I was trying to heal myself and get through all the crazy shit I'd been through. And like, while that time period was going on, I had no time to let things be complicated. And that was such a massive gift for me because I built my entire company making things like, when I say to you, I built a $500,000 company in 1 year that went global with an iPhone, some Google Docs, a Facebook group, and there was one other thing. Oh, and a PayPal link. I'm deadly serious. Me and a PayPal link and some Google Docs and a Facebook group and my iPhone. And some selfies. That's the only other thing I used. Some selfies. I'm so fucking serious. That's how I built a 500K company that first year. Nothing else. There was never any, oh, I did webinars. I did do some webinars, which was super simple. I just did Zoom webinars. That's it. That's how I built my entire company. I am so serious. When I say that it's simple, I mean simple. And by the way, when you start shifting, so that first phase that I take you guys through in Money Mastery is going to be about how do I make money now? Because 90% of the things you're doing, you don't need to be doing. That's good news, bad news. Bad news, you're wasting your fucking time. Good news, there are actually a whole bunch of things you don't need to be doing at all. None of them need to be get done, right? That's what I was saying in the beginning. This morning when I was communicating with the team, it was like, hey, these audio files and these clips and update the website this way. And it was like, I felt in my soul and in my body, just like, I just felt it like, okay, I'm done with that now. Like I'm done giving time to that. That's not the power moves in my company. That's not I can't spend too much time doing that. That's a side note for me. I need to get my blog out. I need to do my Facebook Live. I need to create content for my programs. I need to get back to my one-on-one clients. I need to, come up with the next offer, whatever the thing is, right? So that's the power moves in my company. And I keep it so fucking simple. I'm going to teach you every single thing in the list. So what I tell my clients, right? Just one of my clients today, she was talking about building an opt-in on our website. And I was like, yeah, that's great. We want to build an opt-in eventually, but that goes on the side over here of, actually for you guys, right over here. This is on this side of things to do that I will either output and hire once I'm making a shit ton of money, or I will do after I've done the most important things. And on this side, these are my needle movers. These are the needle movers. These are my non-negotiables. These are the things that I'm learning how to do with excellence every single day. And so in phase one, what I'm going to teach you is like, hey, these are the needle movers for making money right now, which is very different than needle movers for making money. I don't teach people how to make money. I teach them how to make money right now. That is my gift. It's taken me 4 years to hone down to that phrase, but that is the gift I bring to the table. Making money right now, right? So at first I'm going to teach you how to make money right now. And I don't care, it doesn't matter. Any field, I don't care what it is you do. There's not a single human being that I can't teach how to make money right now. That is my guarantee. End of story. If somebody feels like they didn't get that in this program, you can just let me know, right? So how to make money right now over here, that's phase one. What to do, tangibly what to do, what actually to do, how to walk that out. Then in phase two, magically, we can predict that there's going to be some shit that you know to do that you can't get yourself to do. So in my experience through this journey, it's been like, okay, people either tell me to just suck it up and get it done. Just motherfucking decide. Just do the damn thing. Just shift. Just get it done. Just like pull your bootstraps up, right? Pull your socks up, pull your bootstraps up. I never know what that phrase is. Very Marine Corps style, right? Marine Corps Mandy, pull your bootstraps up. Hopefully it's bootstraps. So there's that. And then there's like manifesting. Like I'm just going to keep setting my goals and I'm going to keep, which is really powerful. I'm going to teach you why that's powerful. Both of those are really powerful and they work sometimes. But the majority of the time, I feel like 70% of the time for me, those don't work. Just deciding to do it or just manifesting it and doing my journaling doesn't actually shift it for me. That's it. 70% of the time, that shit doesn't work. There was this middle walking out that I needed to learn how to do. And the reason I didn't tell you how long this program was going to be is because I don't know how long it's going to take for me to convey that in a group setting. But I'm going to convey it until every human being is like, holy shit, I get it. You will know for the rest of your life how to get yourself in any area of your life, how to get yourself to do what you said that you needed to do. And I didn't learn this from anyone. I've learned, Tony Robbins has taught basically getting really clear what your why is. And like he has a process that he's gone through. I've learned from, manifesting style coaches. I've learned from boot camp style just coaches. I've learned all the ways that people taught, but none of them fucking worked for me. None of them. They just didn't. They didn't work. I had to figure out how, and basically it comes down, what I'm going to teach you is how to ask the right questions and then answer those questions for yourself. It's a skill. Anybody can develop this skill. So phase two is going to be that. I'm going to teach you how to bridge between the two things, how to learn how to ask the right questions and how to learn how to answer those fucking questions. And as anything else that I do, in the easiest, fastest way possible. You don't need mother-loving interventions and flying to another country. Like, by all means, go to them. They're amazing. They're fun. I wholly believe in going to live events and being in immersion events, but that's not required for you to have breakthrough in the area you're looking to have breakthrough in. And it's not required for tons of time to pass and all this stuff that other people are saying. I hear coaches all the time saying like, all this time needs to pass. It is what it is. Okay. On some level, I agree, because your work, like Some person is going to come in this close to like having the breakthrough, and some person is this close from having the breakthrough. I don't know where you're at. It's going to take what it's going to take. But what I do know is you are not having your money making shit be the priority and then knowing exactly how to walk that out. And I'm talking about making money now. The shit I'm going to teach you, you're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to be annoyed. You're going to be annoyed and so fucking grateful. The shit I'm going to drop low, I'm just going to download on you, right? So number one, it's like the priority has not been letting the make money now tasks be the thing and walking them out and exactly how to fucking do that and breaking it down so you know exactly what you need to do. And then number two, actually like step by step, like anything stopping you from doing that specific thing, you actually deal with that fucking thing all the way. And so you'll get to another level and it'll just come up again. We were talking about that in Healed, I think it was the Healed program. It's like a spiral staircase, right? My girlfriend Laura taught me this a long time ago. So it's like you feel like you're just going around and around in circles, but you're not. You're going up a level each single time. So you're going to deal with the thing again, but you'll be at a new level. New level, same devil, right? Is it new level, different devil? I don't know if it is. That's not true. It's new level, same devil, but you're just at a new level of dealing with it, right? So I'm going to teach you exactly what to do when that happens. So every single time you go to take a step, if that step, you're like, this is one of those steps that a lot of them you're just going to be able to do. They're just because you know how to do them, right? Like I just know how to do that. I just didn't actually let that be a priority. I never thought of that. That's a big one. Because if you don't believe it's possible to make money right now, you're not going to do the things that make money right now because you aren't creatively thinking that way because you didn't even believe that it was possible. But it is possible. All those coaches saying it takes so long. No, I'm living proof. There's nothing different about me than you or them. Nothing. I was literally the girl on antidepressants, anti-anxieties, 2 baby daddies, had attempted suicide twice in my life, was uneducated, was in the middle of schooling, all the abuse and trauma that I went through. I was in the Marine Corps and crazy shit happened there. I got pregnant super early. Like I was a nanny working for another family. Like I didn't know jack shit about shit. And I certainly never worked in a business. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I heard a coach one time say she felt like that was derogatory, that we should say, if one person can do it, anyone can do it. But I don't know, what's the play on words with that? If I can do it, you can do it. End of story, right? Like literally there's nothing different about this except for maybe the circumstances I had or the timing was different. I'm not better or smarter or anything. It's just like the timing is different. You're probably way better at another area that I suck at and you're leagues ahead of me in that area, right? Like maybe when it comes to picking men, you just happen to be way ahead of me in that area, right? There's an area that you're fucking amazing at that I'm not. Hi, Katie. Let's just spend the motherfucking day together. Aw, you're the best, Amy. Right? Do you hear what I'm saying? So, okay. So it's just like timing. It's like you happen to be here in this area and I happen to be here in this area and whatever. We're all the fucking same. It is what it is. And this is my expertise, right? I'm going to show you how to fucking make money right now, right fucking now, and then how to actually follow through with it in a way that will change your life for fucking ever. And this was the program, in case you didn't know, someone was asking me like, was this the program that took you 4 programs to write? This was the 5th one? Yes. And then at 5:55 it came out and I was like, what is this 5:55? And all of a sudden it just came together. Like all of the pieces came together. There's so many different things I can teach, but the most powerful thing I could ever teach, like some of the people that I've taught how to do this to have been people that were already making millions and millions of dollars in a very complicated way. And when I taught them like what I do and how I do this and what the mindset behind it is and how it all like goes together, the ones that listened made so much fucking money so fast. Like basically they made the same amount of money that they were making in about 1/100th of a thousandth of the time, right? And it was mind blowing to them. And the ones that didn't, do you want to know why they didn't? It can't be that easy. That's what they said. That was like such an awakening moment for me. Like I didn't know people thought like that. Like, it can't be that easy. Why would we be rooting for something not being able to be easy? Like, I just couldn't understand why somebody would choose that belief. And then I realized like they couldn't help it. They just really, really have wired themselves to believe it has to be hard and it has to take a long time and it just doesn't get to be easy. And I really was genuinely like so fucking grateful that I was so naive that I just didn't know any better. I didn't know. I just thought that's what everybody does. Oh, you go online and you do this work and you show up for it and this is what happens to everybody. And then that was when I was a health coach. And then I turned into a business coach, a success coach, a money coach, whatever you call me, because everybody else came to me and was like, how are you doing this? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Let's sit down. What are you doing? What am I doing? Why are you doing that? What do you believe? Oh, I believe this. Like, oh, why aren't you just doing this? I never thought of that. Oh, well, do this. Oh, you're making money too now. Oh, tell your friends. Okay, they came to me. Oh, you're all making money too now. Like, that's literally how it happened, right? Like, I was so naive. There was no rules or constrictions that I had. Like when I was in the Marine Corps, right? And I was on the rifle range, I got expert. My brother did not. He got marksman because he had already been shooting BB guns and stuff. He had bad habits. I didn't. I just did what they told me to do, and I got expert because I just did what they told me to do, right? Like, in a way, my naivety has been such a massive blessing for me. And I see how some people who had massive success, same thing with the golden handcuffs, right? In the corporate world, one of my badass apprenticeships has stayed true to walking away from the corporate world and just closed a 40K deal. We were celebrating massively for her because most of the clients that I see in the corporate industry with those golden handcuffs, they don't have the balls to walk away. They don't believe that it could be so easy. They don't believe it. But when she stayed the course, it was like, boom, she's like, I'm starting to believe this is possible. I'm like, you think you just closed a 40K deal in like a couple of weeks? I think that this is going to be fine. And of course, my brain, right? Like, I'm so seasoned in this field. I've just seen all the ways we can do things. I have such a plethora of things to pick from in my iCloud up here. And so what I can see available for her is like, oh my God, this girl is like limitless, right? And then, but she can only see like this tiny little view. And my work is to hold the vision for her until she can see it. She's coming along. But this is what it is. Other people that I've taught this to made 10K right out of the gate. They never did anything online. And right like that, within first 6 days, they're making 10K. They're making the first, 100K. It is what it is. Depending on what the axis is and where they're at. I mean, it just depends what the results are, but it is what it is. That's what you do to make money right now. In any field, for anybody, for anything. Like, that's what it is. And I actually like the challenge when I say there's not a single human being who will give me a scenario where I can't help them make money right now. I can't say, this is it. This is what it looks like. Boom. This is what you implement. Now let's see what comes up, right? And this is how we navigate that as well. I mean, I do this with people sitting next to me on airplanes. Everywhere I go, this always happens. It's just sort of what I do. It's just how my brain works, and I see all the pieces and I put them together, and I'm like, and they're like, oh my God. It's so much fun. I love it. It's such an amazing gift, and it's completely learnable. Everything is learnable, including making shit ton of money right now online. So anyway, that's the spiel about money mastery. I had to write 4 different programs. And this has never happened to me ever before. I write an entire program, do the graphics, do everything for it. The team makes the page, and then I'm like, nope, that's not it. Then I write another one. Obviously, this is going to be it. Nope, that's not it. There was like this ping inside of me. I was just like, that's not it. Like, nope, that's not it. And I thought, I'm just being squirrely, I'm avoiding, I'm being messy, like I shouldn't be doing that. And then as this came about, I was like, oh my God, this program is literally the most powerful thing I could ever do on the universe and on the planet. And I cannot believe it took me this long to like really pin down, like, Money Mastery Mandy Perry style is making money right now, and everything that comes along with actually making money right now. And I was very grateful that I was patient and trusted Soul every time Soul said, nope, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. And the team was laughing. They're like, well, now you have 4 more programs that you can run after this. Like, they're all done. The sales page is all done. Everything's all done. You can run them. Like, one of them was called Self-Mastery. So it was like the art of self-study, which a piece of that is in Money Mastery. One of them was Steady as Fuck. Steady AF was the name of the program. Part of that is in here. Like all of those just kept contributing to what is this. And then I added the bonuses. So one of the bonuses, tips and tricks. If you're not joining Money Mastery, at least get tips and tricks. But tips and tricks is complimentary. It's instant access. So if you join right now, the Money Mastery, you get access to tips and tricks. So it's mandyperry.com/Money Mastery, written out, MONEY Mastery. It's in the comments below. And you get instant access to what I do daily for my sales. Like, every single day, this is what I do to sell. You get instant access to that. You get instant access to the tips and tricks program, which is, oh my God, was I triggered. And if you watch this, you're going to see why. I was so fucking triggered doing this program. I was 100% sure after I told you everything I told you in this, I would be completely irrelevant forevermore on the internet. Like, everyone would be like, oh, we thought you were this amazing thing, Mandy, but now we know you're not. Like, that's the level of shit. I was so triggered. Like, as I kept giving, I was just like, oh my God, like, knots in my stomach. Like, I'm going to be completely irrelevant after this. But I'm so grateful that I did it, because it changed lives, and people were so thankful that I gave them this information, because it really is fucking genius. It's so basic and so genius. It is what it is. So I included this because that only supports you more in phase 1 of Money Mastery. So I think you guys will really, I fucking know you'll love that program. And I also included Purpose, which is just a deep dive into what your deepest message is, what you're here to do, what really fucking matters to you. It's like knowing yourself. You got to know yourself, who you are, what you care about. Because I promise you, I went through this phase recently. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. I became so open-minded, I just kept like falling for anything, and I was like easily convinced of anything. I had never gone through that in my life, but yeah, I went through that recently. I learned my lesson. It is what it is. It's fine. That's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles, right? I know, is that the appropriate saying? I don't know any of these sayings. So you get access to my daily sales right away. You get access to the tips and tricks program right away, which is like an hour or like 2 hours, but it's like pure gold. And the purpose program is work. I'm not gonna lie to you. You gotta sit down and you gotta fucking work. I ask you questions, I prod you and prompt you and poke around, and I help you to find it within yourself, and you will have a purpose statement at the end that will blow your mind. Like, when you're done with this purpose statement, you're like, holy shit, this is everything. And you will have crystal clarity on it, end of story. And then that's before we even begin the Money Mastery, which begins on the 10th. So I'm really, 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 really excited about this program, like next level excited about this program. And if you have any questions, support@mandyperry.com or comment below or PM me. You know how I roll. What else do I have to tell you? Well, I probably should say I hope you're doing well over where you're at in the world. If you're new to me, please let me know that you're brand new to me. Tell me where you're at in the world so I can come say hello to you. I love saying hello to the new people. Usually I remember to say that in the beginning, but I didn't remember to say it in the beginning because come on, it's quarantine. Is it just me? Is it quarantine making other people feel drunk? You know when you're overtired and you feel drunk? That's how I feel. I'm so cooped up in here. It's driving me crazy. I know it's not me. Don't fucking pretend. Oh, I'm definitely having a drink tonight. I am. And I'm going to be posting lots of random shit online. So just get used to it. It is what it is. The algorithms are going to have to motherfucking keep up with me. I don't care. They're just going to have to. Right? It's a lot. It's like, it's just a feeling, isn't it? It's just a motherfucking feeling, like an awareness that this shit might go on for another 2 months, and we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, and it is what it is. So let's fucking focus on making money and getting to know ourselves and looking at the shit we've not been looking at. Like, I don't know a better use of time. I really don't know. And remember, all of it comes back to, because maybe it's not in alignment for you, I don't know, but what I'm saying is it all comes back to, I go first. I go first. Whatever I want to participate in creating on the planet, I give myself permission for first. I believe it's available for me. I believe it's okay for me. I believe I get to have it. I get to have it. I walk it out. I give myself permission for it. And when I do that, I participate in creating that reality for everybody else. What you do has an effect whether you like it or not. Laying in bed and binging out on Netflix, drinking wine and eating Tostitos. I don't know where I came up with that scenario. Has an effect on the world, and doing that day after day rather than actually focusing on what you want to create and that thing you're avoiding because you feel like you can't have has an effect on the world. What you do fucking matters. You matter. You fucking matter, and every single thing you do and choose to believe and choose to opt into fucking matters, which means when you show up, when you allow yourself to be heard and seen, when you be your true fucking self, when you actually stand into that, the powerful effect of that is beyond your comprehension. You can't even comprehend the ripple effect that showing up has, that choosing to believe this is available for you, then choosing to allow it to come into your life, having the faith to trust the process and allowing it to come into your life has an effect on the planet. It does, right? Oh, I think my friend is here. Good timing, because I was about to go off on a rant again. I'm going to have a drink too. Well, send a post to me of your drink, Amy. Put it in the comments below to share a drink with me tonight. All right, I gotta go answer this. mandyperry.com/moneymastery. Get your ass in the program. I mean, get your ass into this program. I even did payment plans for this for you guys, okay? All right, I love you. Have a great night.